Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check. What is going on, people? Certainly hope everything sounds good. Let me turn this down just a little bit here. So how's everything sounding? Shout out to everybody that's here. Hit that like button, people, as you come in. Don't be scared. You know, we know that the fanboys, the ponies won't be here today. Because, you know, the cheeks are going to get busted again. I'm looking at these SONY financial numbers. You know, I'm listening. I've listened to the fact that Jim Ryan and Herman Holtz weren't the men for the job, and you know, I'm sorry. I'm looking at these financial numbers, and you know, you have an absolute right to your own opinion, no matter how dog crap it might be. It's still your opinion. But you're going to have to, the facts are in now. We have the numbers, and, you know, we have these numbers, and I would say I want an explanation, but I know that they won't be able to give one. So we'll just kind of look at the numbers. I know it's old news for you guys, but we've been really busy at work, you know, getting things ready. So, but first, let me check the sound here. Let me go back over. I had this pulled up, I thought, and before we really start hurting people, let me skip this ad. It's pretty weird. All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, I'm using the Pulse 3D headset. Hopefully it's got good clear sound, and yeah, we're gonna get into those numbers, and because I would love an explanation, but we know they're not gonna give us one because Sony's headed in the wrong direction according to them. You know, according to them and their little dog shit, you know, opinion, which it is. It was straight up garbage. So, but before we get into that, as you can see, this is the fanboys versus the gamers part 3. This is the finale of it. What I am going to do is I'm going to upload all 3 versions of this. It's a little mini series that I did. Discord has been purchased. A minority stake has been purchased by Sony. We'll kind of talk about what that means, and yeah, we'll go over Sony's Q1 numbers, and if you don't know, the breaking news this morning, and the Q1 numbers I know are old for you guys. Sony has trademarked Sunset Overdrive. So what that means, we can talk about what that means. That just broke about an hour ago, give or take. So but we're going to give a shout out here to everybody. Oh, shout out to Soul Provider Speaks. What's happening? Give him a big round of applause. Soul Provider's got his own podcast. You all need to go sub to him and check him out. I assume he is off today because it's May the 4th, and all of Star Wars fandom is off. So, and again, the butt hurt goes for the Star Wars fans who think Kathleen Kennedy is bad. Ever since Kathleen Kennedy has come back, they have made billions of dollars. We've gotten TV shows like The Mandalorian. We're getting a Obi-Wan Kenobi spinoff. Kathleen Kennedy has had the hottest selling toy, the Baby Yoda. That was her thing. And anything that's happening with Star Wars goes through her. Okay, they don't go around her. They don't sneak behind her. She has her hands on everything. Okay, she's the one that greenlit the Boba Fett series. Like I said, she's greenlit the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. There's all kind of talks of other series possibly coming to Star Wars. We've seen it. The Bad Bunch got released today. That is Kathleen Kennedy. Anything dealing with Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy. So a very successful executive. You know, I enjoy her. I enjoy Disney Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan. So, you know, Solo was just kind of, wasn't as bad as what people made it out to be, but it wasn't a great movie either. That's her only major misstep. So she's made Rogue One. She's made the 3 Skywalker saga movies, Rogue One and Solo, and the TV show. So, I mean, you know, this is, you know, she's fine. She's fine. So, but shout out to Soul Provider. So, and what he's got going on over there. So, but yeah, we're gonna look at these numbers, and you know, and we're gonna decide today who was correct. Either the fanboys who were in full panic mode. You all remember that. Their panties were on fire just 2 weeks ago. Two and a half weeks ago. Now, ever since the numbers have come out, you got a brand new AAA game in Returnal being out that I've seen screenshots and people are doing game playthroughs. People seem to be enjoying it, okay? I got the game. Okay, the game costs $70, and for all you little whiny boys out there, everything goes up in prices. So gas costs more, food costs more, it costs more to manufacture things. Cars cost more, houses are more expensive, people's rent is going up. But for some reason, these idiots thought everything was going to go up. But I was going to go ahead and everything else, buying video games was going to be cheaper or stay the same price. And then you want to sit around and whine about $70 and how it's not fair. Well, it's also not fair that my Johnson is bigger than yours. That's not fair either. But it is. And guess what? You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to be bitching about $70 games. My Johnson will still be will still be bigger than yours, and the games are going to still cost $70. So you will get nothing accomplished, nothing, but being a blue pill baby who bitches and moans. If you have to go cut somebody's grass to get extra money, go cut somebody's grass. If you got to go paint the fence, go paint the fence. Get a part-time job. When PlayStation 3 came out, Sony said that PlayStation 3 was so great, you guys are going to go out and get part-time jobs. I mean, that's what they said, right? So now go out and get your part-time job. This is your chance, okay? Or you can do something different, like, I don't know, save your money, you know, and stop being so damn entitled, which you can't help. Because you're, you know, that's just who you are, you know, or you can do like what I did. See, when I saw developers and publishers saying games are going to cost more money, I said, oh, well, you know what? I'll just go like to Target and get a Visa card or whatever that thing is, and I'll just put some extra money on it here and now. Oh, God forbid, one of these old games I'm not playing, you know, like Mass Effect Andromeda, which they ought to pay me. You know, they ought to pay me to play that game. You know, I'll trade something like that in because I'm not playing it anymore. You know, so you know, you get rid of your old stuff. You know, get a little, you know, just whatever you got to do. You know, because you got no problem going out paying $100 for headsets. You know, the same people are complaining about $70 games. This is like, man, grow up. Grow up. It's a hobby. I used to build model airplanes when I was a kid. Model airplanes used to cost, and this is in the 80s, I don't know, $7.99 to $14.99. Now, if you start building model airplanes, I mean, really good ones, you're looking at, what, $27 to $38 to build model airplanes. I mean good ones, not the little cheap ones you get at Walmart. I'm talking about you go to the hobby shop and you get it. Hobbies are expensive. I'm getting into fishing. I thought fishing, I could just go, you go out there, you get a stick, you get some string, you dig in the ground, you get a couple of worms, and you hook it and you go. I mean, you can fish like that. You're not going to hardly catch nothing, though. So, you got to invest. You got to understand, hey, I got to go to this part of the lake so I can catch my bass. I'm trying to catch my catfish. You got to make an investment. And these guys running around, it's not a good look you complaining about your money. If you're going to if you don't listen to anything I say, listen to what I say right now. It's not a good look when you're being tight with your money. All right? If you want to say, hey, look, I wish the industry hadn't gone in this direction, but I remember when I bought games for the Sega Genesis, they were $39.99. And then the games went up to $49.99. Then the games went up to $59.99. And if you bought special edition of games, sometimes you paid, $79? Sometimes you paid $99. Okay, you had no problem. You had no issues. Now, so yeah, it's not going to work. But what is going on, Dribble PI55? Man, that's a hell of a name. Mighty Spartan Guy, yes, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you all. Jamal Adams, what's happening? PlayStation Kings, what's going on? So Mario Heat said he's ready for some cheek busting. Oh, well, when you see these numbers, and I'm sure you guys have seen the numbers, right? Okay? So as long as you all seen the numbers, it's going to be a fun day. Immortal Black, what's happening? What is going on? So, somebody was using Microsoft's profits as Xbox. Yeah, you have to separate Xbox's numbers from Microsoft and because they're a separate division. They're still in the same company, but it's a totally separate division. Also, I want to say the Bengals, in my opinion, the Cincinnati Bengals in this draft, they totally ished the bid. They ished the bid. You don't draft a wide receiver when your quarterback got killed last year. They passed over what probably is the best offensive lineman in this draft class, bar none. They pass over that to take a receiver because they think, oh, well, he had a good rapport with Joe Burrow 2 years ago at LSU when they won the championship. Okay, fair enough. They did, but they also had Jefferson out there. Dude, the Bengals could have drafted Penny Sewell, then in the second round drafted another LSU receiver who was a deep threat, but they didn't do that. They drafted some guy in the second round and made him a guard. I mean, this kid from Clemson is going to be a guard. They drafted a guard in the second round. That's why they're the Bengals. That's why they will never win. Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody invites me to a game and they pay for my ticket, I'll go. But I am not going to pay to see it. And I am not going to get a Chase jersey. Okay? That is straight up garbage. That guy is going to have to catch. He's going to have to, think about a receiver may catch the ball 5 times in one game. Maybe he has a really good game and he catches the ball 8 times. But the offensive lineman is at the point of attack. And then it's like, well, they got an offensive lineman in the second round. Now, let me make this clear. The trade they made to get more picks, that was good. That was good because you always want more picks. So, but when you got guys talking about, and shout out to my boys, Zim, and they cover the Bengals. I watch them. If you're a Bengals fan, they're a definite must-watch. These guys are on, and shout out to them if they're listening. How are you going to sit up there and tell people that the Bengals draft is going to depend on what they did on day 3? It's like, really? Really? Day 3? Oh, man. So, anyway. So, Danny Ruiz, what's happening? Jemiah Dixon, thank you for the service to this great nation. You all may be out there doing something about those MAGA people, though. So, they think the election was stolen. There are actually, let me make this clear. The election was not stolen, okay? The election was not stolen. Donald Trump lost the suburbs. When he lost the suburbs, he was going to lose the election. Period. Well, you can't win in the United States if you lose the suburbs. The suburbs are predominant, white working class families. Joe Biden won them. Okay, I don't know what else to say. Biden and Harris won those votes. Okay, so and they flipped a lot of people. And these idiots don't understand. When Trump ran against Clinton, people voted for Trump because they did not like Clinton. It wasn't a pro-Trump vote. It was an anti-Clinton vote. This time it was the opposite. It was the opposite. There was a Biden. People like Joe Biden. They like him. Okay, they didn't care for Trump. So you don't have to like their they liked him, and whether they like his politics or not, it is. But man, these people running around saying the election got stolen. Man, that's a bunch of, like I said, entitlement, man. That's just like the word of the day, kids. Entitlement. So, but look at these numbers. So we'll start with the breaking news. It just broke a couple hours ago, and I'm going to make a warped attempt to share my screen. Make sure, Anthony Chipmunk, how are you doing? How are you doing today? So shout out to everybody that's here. Let me hit that button there. I have to go here. I have to, window catcher? Yeah. So now this is the big breaking news. If you all didn't know this, Sony has registered a trademark for Insomniac's Xbox shooter, Sunset Overdrive. Anyway, the game's director, he used to work in Insomniac. He went to the Initiative, I believe, and he left the Initiative, and he's now back at PlayStation, or back at Insomniac, which is, Insomniac is owned by PlayStation. And this is Sean Layton's last tip-of-the-hat gift to all us PlayStation gamers. And Sean Layton has said his biggest accomplishment he felt was bringing this studio in, and I think they got it for like $230 million. And man, ever since then, the Spider-Man games have come out, Ratchet and Clank coming out. This studio, Ratchet and Clank looks like a movie. It looks like a damn Pixar movie. So, but at the end of the day, great get for Sony, but let me ask you all this. Now, this doesn't mean that there's going to be a sequel, but this means more than likely, I hate doing speculation, but more than likely, Sunset Overdrive will come to PlayStation 4 and 5. Somebody had a leaked document, and again, there's no way to verify whether it was true. Sunset Overdrive will be coming to PS4 and PS5 later this year, and my prediction is if it does, it will go directly day and date in the PlayStation Plus or PS Now or whatever the heck that service is, PlayStation Network. They got like 1,000 networks, so I think it'll be something like this, something similar to that. So it can also be a game that they look at doing a TV show and or a movie about. So always remember that. But this broke, this broke this morning, and this was the most up-to-date thing. Also, my opinion on Sony over here now, where it says popular. This article right here that says that Xbox Eternal there was an internal leak saying that they reviewed The Last of Us Part 2. And again, that's not a surprise. The reason why that's not a surprise is because Xbox, like Sony, has people that are hired there, whether they be game testers or whatever. They will say to them, I'm sure Microsoft said to them, they may have given it to 10 people and said, I want 5 of you to tell me what you really love about this game. Okay? And then they could have went to 5 other people and said, I want you 5 to tell me what you really don't like about the game. So, that's what I can really say. I mean, so this isn't news to me. This happens all the time. All right? So, new member. Shout out to True Virgil. True Virgil has jumped back on the boat. And shout out to he's in the secret. So, any game you want me to play or stream as a member, True Virgil, just put it up there, and I will stream it. Now, my next game stream, it's May the 4th, and so I will be streaming probably Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PC, which means I have to go, because I only got a 250 gig, Dogecoin is going up. Yeah, you know, if you put $20 of your Biden bucks in, like I did on that, I'm up to $550. And I got my Biden bucks, a month ago. So just so you know, I think right now it's worth 500, and it looks like it's going to hit 600 probably by the end of the month. But yeah, maybe we'll have to wait and see. I'm not a stock guy. Shout out to One Master Teacher. He is a stock guru. That young man is giving you $250 an hour worth of advice for free. Okay, I strongly suggest that if you want to get into stocks and investing, get in contact with him. Shout out to him. I listen to him as much as I can. He also travels. He's got a good camera. So that's one thing I have to get is a brand new camera. Shout out to the community for the donation. I got a camera that's 720p, and it just does not look good anymore. I know, 720p. But shout out again, if you want to support the channel, always join. I got 3 tiers. And so the 3rd tier, when the UFO stuff, I don't know if you all been following that. The United States next month is going to, it's this month maybe, no, it's June. The United States is going to disclose UFO vehicles being real. They're already setting things up in that direction. So once that happens, I'm going to have like a members only stream. I'm going to pull shout out to Kevin Samuels. I'm going to pull a Kevin Samuels and do a members only stream. So shout out to him. But so yeah, just in case you didn't know, this was breaking news. This happened earlier today. It happened actually yesterday, but it didn't. And shout out to Nimble. I think that's what his name is. He gets love on this one. It calls him a Twitter sleuth. So I guess that's his job. But yeah, Sony has patented Sunset Overdrive, and this is a Xbox game. Again, for all you Xbox guys out there, Microsoft and Xbox do not own Sunset Overdrive. It's owned by Insomniac. Microsoft self-published the game to their platform. The same way, and I can throw Mass Effect in there. You know, I always throw in a Mass Effect reference on my podcast. So, Mass Effect was created by BioWare. I'm talking about the original Mass Effect game. Microsoft published it directly to the Xbox. Okay? So Xbox publishes games. So does Sony. Alright, but yeah, we'll pull this down. We'll move to our next story. But what do you all think about that? Do you all think, will you all, if this game comes out, will you all buy the game? Will you all just wait and see? Say if it's day and date, will you download it and play it? Just leave a comment in the comment section. It's perfectly fine. I read all my comments, you know. So even if you disagree, it's okay to disagree. Okay? You just can't be moist about it. Okay? This is an anti-moist zone. Okay? People have asked me, shout out to a YouTuber I look up to, the master teacher himself, BGS, Igbor. He's asked, how come I don't do like political and some manosphere content? It's like I can't do it because of the moisture. Okay, like a lot of people in the manosphere are blue pills, like 90%, and my computer will get wet of the moisture. So I don't have enough stock in Bounty, and I don't want to get a new computer. So, but shout out to BGS and the rest of them. But what else is going on here? Amanda Pemberton, hello, Amanda. She says Xbox revenue doesn't even take into account the $7.5 billion ZeniMax cost. Well, that money came from Microsoft proper. Okay, there's a big difference there. Because Microsoft accountants move that into another division, do that, add running costs, and they come out with an overall. Yeah, well, again, it's okay. Because remember, Epic Games, they're losing money. Okay, I don't know if you all saw that. Epic Games is losing money, but you guys, you got to spend it to make it. But I mean, you're right. Amanda is 100% correct. Shout out to Amanda. So, yeah, you are 100% correct. So, yeah, this podcast is an anti-moist zone. I mean, if you're moist, you can't be here. I mean, it is, you know, it's like my computer, it won't let me play that game, Among Us. Like, it just won't let me download it. It's like, nah, you can't play this on your computer because, you know, my computer is too powerful. And I can't stand, I looked at that game because AOC, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, played it, and her character didn't even have a neck. I mean, there's some things your character needs, like a neck. Okay? So, I mean, you know, why did the character have no neck? You know, so that's all I can say, you know. But yeah, but I mean, Amanda is right. So, you're right, Anthony. Yeah, zaddy. I mean, these people got zaddy issues on the brain. You know, speaking of zaddy, we got to go to a zaddy article. I am so happy you brought that up. So, let me take this article down. So, let's move into the news that broke yesterday when I was at work. And shout out to JTech TV, who was online yesterday for 7 hours. I just don't know where they get the energy from. You know, I remember being young once with golly. But shout out to him. I listened to him when I had an opportunity, pretty much most of the day. And yesterday at work. So shout out to JTech for keeping the material coming. Go check out his channel if you're not subbed to it. He puts out good stuff. He's got good artwork on his channel. And I'm envious of his artwork. Very, very envious now. So what's that term you guys use? Jelly? I'm jelly. Yeah. So we're going to go to right here. Go to our good friends at Polygon. Says Sony invests into Discord to integrate it with PlayStation in 2022. Now, what's interesting about this is I'm not a huge fan of Discord. I'd much rather they had done it with StreamYard, okay? And I've said that multiple times. But they are a minority holder, and what was interesting about this is that they had already been working with Discord has already been working with Sony, but Microsoft tried to buy Discord, and Discord, they turned down 10 to 12, I don't know if it was million or billion or whatever it was. I can't remember what Microsoft bid was. These guys turned it down. So just nuts, you know, that they turned it down. And they went with Sony. And now Sony is a minority holder, and we're going to go to this article because it says here that SIE, or Sony Interactive Entertainment President and CEO, that means Chief Executive Officer, Jim Ryan, didn't list specifics for now how PlayStation and Discord will work together. Says their goal is to bring Discord and PlayStation experiences closer together on console and mobile starting next year. So this is going to it'll probably be an app for Sony, I'm assuming, you know. And oh boy, as Ryan said, allowing friends, well, that's for you and your friends and groups and communitas to hang out, have fun, and communicate more easily while playing your games together. So it just says that Discord was made to bring these experiences to life for our players. So again, this is not, first things first, do you all think this is a good idea? Okay? Do you think this is a good idea? And if you do, what would you like to see? Now, I personally, because Discord does allow you to do video streaming, I hope it allows us to just do stuff like that directly to and from PlayStation. And somebody's going to sure leave a comment saying, it already does that right now. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Well, maybe they can improve it. Okay? Maybe it'll get better. So, again, I don't have a dog in this fight because I'm not a big fan of Discord, and you all know what I say about your friends. Okay, I'm not going to repeat it this morning. I'm trying to have a friendly Tuesday conversation. I will shout out to 60 Frames No Lag. That is later tonight, I believe. Porter Rock wants to rock out. So that one is going to probably be, I guess what you kids would say, off the chain. So that one probably will be. This one is just a little breakfast appetizer. You can listen to this while you're working, or if you're at the gym or doing other things, if you're cleaning around the house, you know, something like that. You know, if you're in your garage building something, you can listen to this podcast. So, you know, it says here the Discord, a voice over internet protocol. Oh, it's got, wow, 140 million. All right, now what you're going to see. How about if Sony came out and says, we got over 140 million active users? Woo! Because even if you don't, like, even if you're signed up to Discord and you're like me, and I use it when I have to use it, but I'm an active monthly user because I'll be on it tonight, okay, with 60 frames no lag, right? I'll be on there tonight using it. So so what do you guys think about this? How do you think this will go over? Again, leave a comment in the comment section. What do you think is a good or bad thing? What's your opinion on Sony trademarking Sunset Overdrive? You know, what are you all's thoughts on that? Leave it in the comment section, guys. Like I said, because I will be on the floor laughing if they come out and they say something to the effect of, we got all these monthly users now. That would be funny. I mean, that would be funny to me. You know, so that's just kind of like, oh my goodness, because everybody's talking about, we got 10 million of this, we got 15 million of that. They're going to come out, and like I said, they're just going to whip it out. They're going to whip it out. Like I whip my hair back and forth. They're going to whip out these monthly users and tell everybody to shut up. I mean, I will be on the floor laughing. You know, so, and like literally, somebody's got to come pick me up. You know, sick humor, somebody got to come over, like, he's on the floor laughing, we got to go get him. He's like Humpty Dumpty. You know, so... Jemiah says PC dudes will not go to Epic just for free games. They could just take them if they wanted it for free. Well, how are they going to take them? You know? You know, how are they going to take them? I mean, look, I give Epic credit. They started that store. They're losing money on it. And they still got that store going. You know, they don't care. So, you know, but yeah, so again, you got to spend it to make it, and we saw that Unreal 5 engine. I still can't believe what I saw. You know, I don't know what else to say. That blew me away. So, let me see here. Let's see here. True Virgil says you're going to sell at 700. Oh, well, that's not. Are you going to sell and then buy more? You know, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to keep it in there. I'll wait till it gets to 1,000. I may sell it at 1,000 and buy that new Sony TV. How about that? So, yeah, Anthony Chipmunk, anti-moist zone. I don't have enough towels. I don't have enough paper towels. I don't, you know, y'all are going to have to, somebody wants to make a donation for the Black Butt Buster before we get to the, y'all know what you got to do. If you want before the cheeks get busted, you got to activate the Booty Warrior. Somebody drop something in that super chat, wake him up, and then we'll get into these numbers. You know, 'cause these fanboys are not going to like these numbers. I saw these numbers. I'm like, this is why I got stock in Sony. You know, also yesterday, Marvel dropped a whole lot of information on their Phase 4. There are no Avengers movies right now planned for Phase 4. And Sony did drop information about Morbius. Okay, so Morbius is a January movie in 22, starring Jared Leto, I'm sorry for the I mispronounced his name. So Sony is, they moved it from the 21st of January to the 28th, I think, of January. So, yeah, let the moisture flow. I may have to today. I mean, I don't know. Oh, all right, Jemiah Dixon has done something that the fanboys shouldn't have wanted to happen. Okay? He has dropped the super chat of $5. That money will go. Oh, there it is. The Booty Warrior. He's been activated. Oh, you poor Sony fanboys. All right. Let me go get my Craig Weiser. I'll play some music, and I'll come back with my Craig Weiser. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had to break out the lubrication jelly for the ponies because they lied to you all. They told you that Jim Ryan and Herman Holtz were complaining. Their panties were in a wad. They were panicking. They told you that Sony was going in the wrong direction. Okay? I had to break out the lube for them today, because you lied to me. You lied to everybody. This ain't about your dog shit opinion. Okay, this is about the facts. So we're going to pull up the numbers. Okay, now, I don't understand the, let me pull this down here. Okay, let me pull that down. And let me get everything lined up here. Go to window capture. Now, this article doesn't come from me. This article comes from, that's right, this article comes from White Zaddy, okay? White Zaddy, right there, in a circle. Eurogamer themselves, Zaddy. According to Zaddy, it says PlayStation just had its best financial year. Now, these guys are telling you that Jim Ryan ain't the man for the job. They're telling you Herman Holtz ain't the man for the job. Well, then, can you care to explain why they have their own, they just broke their own records. Okay? Okay? 7.8 million in a pandemic. Okay? This is what you all were telling people. Because if they sold 7.8 million units in a pandemic, beating their previous record of PlayStation 4, that there was no pandemic when PlayStation 4 came out, you saying that they aren't the men for the jobs. Well, these numbers, again, your opinion is your opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. The fact is you were wrong. Now, if this was below, I mean, way below because of a pandemic, well, I mean, this is y'all got some explaining to do. Now, will these fanboys come out and say, yeah, I'm looking at these numbers, and according to these numbers, because you can't lie in an investors meeting, for all you all who have stock, you all know that. You can't lie, you can't mislead, because then the FTC and the FCC will, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, they will be crawling up your arse if you do something like that. Okay? So, Amanda's thinking about writing a travel guide to Europe, driving to the airport and back in a couple of hours. Should be good enough research. It's good. Well, look, very quickly about that, let me just say, very quickly about that, you don't have to eat the whole piece of pie to know if you like the pie or not. There's a certain germ, and if apparently if the game hits that type of germ, then you're okay. But I don't, again, remember that the reviews are all subjective. I've said what? What is my official stance? What is our official stance on reviews? Do your own research, make your own review. You're the best reviewer on what you want. Okay? I like a meatball sub with, what do I like on that? I like Italian herbs and cheese bread. I like the meatball, like American cheese. I like Parmesan, black pepper, oregano, and jalapeno. That's my meatball sub. Okay? So, somebody else may hate that, and that's fine. I mean, it's fine. So, but according to this, PlayStation just had its best financial year. But you're being told, it's about, Jemiah, the whole thing is about what they're saying. And, again, don't trust any reviewer. Okay? Don't trust any reviewer. My review of Venom is that it was trash. I mean, I told you that it was trash. Okay, but people are like, no, I watched it and I liked it. Yeah, you're your best reviewer. I mean, what I say does not matter. It matters to me. That means I won't be going to watch Venom 2, But that's me. I'm not going to sit around and be like, oh, I thought it was trash, all right? So how is this possible if Jim Ryan is the wrong man for the job and Sony is going in the wrong direction? And I mean, not according to the fans, according to the fanboys, okay? According to the fanboys, all right? Well, let's take a little, all right, so we know how many they sold. So let's see here. Now, it says that that's ahead of where the PS4 was, and that's the truth. PS4 was at 7.6 million sales in the same time frame, but they do note that the PS5 is severely supply constrained and remains out of stock at most retailers. Again, we all know that's true, okay? And also remember, Target, if you have Target.com or you have that alert, Sony is putting PS5s at Target every week. I don't know what day, but always check Target if you're still looking. Now, it says here that, let's see here, Sony's Game and Network Service, which includes the PlayStation, which is what we're talking about, saw sales of 2,657 billion yen. Now, is that like billion yen? Or 17.5 billion. And an incredible 342.2 billion yen with 2.26 billion in profit. Okay? So all these are record numbers. Says both figures are up significantly. Again, up. Let's highlight that. Because according to you moist-ass pony fanboys, the PlayStation's going in the wrong direction. Yet they just got in with Discord. Yet they own Evo. Yet they bought something called Crunchyroll, which as far as I know sounds like something I eat, but they're going in the wrong direction. Record sales, selling in spite of there being a pandemic, but I mean, these numbers don't lie. I can give a rat's ass about what you think on your opinion. Okay? Your opinion is your opinion. Have your opinion. Go to sleep with your opinion. Okay? But, hey, your opinion is your opinion, and I can give, these are the facts. I deal in reality. Okay? I get it. I get it. You millennials don't do that. Okay? But this is your reality. Okay? So, both figures are up significantly on the previous financial year's performance. Yeah, Jim Ryan is not the man for the job, but, all these numbers are up. Sony said that 34% sale increase was primarily down to an increase in software sales. So, let's see here. Sony said that 34% sales increase was primarily down. Okay, so this number here came under the projection of what they had. Whatever they projected came in, this 34 was lower. Okay? It says including add-on content and an increase in hardware sales due to the November launch of the PS5. I'm so high for PS5. Anyway, during the financial year, Sony released PlayStation 4 big hitters, The Last of Us Part 2, and Ghost of Tsushima. Remember, it's Sue. It's the T. The T ain't there. Don't say two, say Sue. Okay? There's a profit increase benefit from an increase in network services, mainly from PlayStation Plus, but Sony lost money on what it called strategic price points for PS5 hardware that were set lower than manufacturing costs. That is, Sony is selling PS5 at a loss, which we all knew. We all knew that they were going to sell at a loss. So Sony also lost money due to an increase in selling, general, and administrative expenses related to the launch of PS5. But, as it says here, that's to be expected when you release a console. But Sony is making so much money from games and subscriptions, it's managed to break the cycle. It says the video game analyst Daniel Ahmad tweeted a PlayStation revenue graph that shows just how much the business has grown since PS1 went on sale in the 90s. So again, okay, it says, so again, let's talk about that real fast. Now this, when you hear people say you got to spend money to make it, that's what they're talking about here. All right? So we all know they're selling PS5 at a loss, but they're making it up in their services. And, the demand is out of control. I mean, PS5 drops and it sells out instantly. Like, bam, it's gone. People can't even get in, like me, can't even get into the cart like I did that one day. I was all excited that one day, but then all of a sudden, okay, so here's a synopsis. This was Sony's best year ever for its game network service division. That includes PlayStation. So you know what? Let's give the Sony ponies a chance here. Let's see if they'll do a podcast where they come out and they say, you know what? They made a mistake. Okay? They made a mistake. They got their panties in a wad. They said the house was on fire. They let Jason Schreier, put them on edge because they're fanboys. They're fanboys. Well, Sony's not telling us anything. Because you entitled little bitch, they're on their own time. They're not on fanboy pony time. They're on their own time. Okay? They're on their own time. All you had to do was wait for your numbers to be disclosed. And then you wouldn't be sitting here getting your cheeks busted by me. But it's, 10:50 East Coast time. It's 7-something. It's almost 8 o'clock on the West Coast. And you're being, your rectum is being rearranged because you decided to be a pony instead of being a gamer. And I don't want to hear, yes, the ponies are playing their games, but they're still blue pill babies that feel entitled. Okay? You will always be at the child table. Okay? That's where you will always sit. You will not sit over here with the grown-ups. Okay? So it says here, the game and network service segment reported revenue of $0.4 billion for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2021. The increase, let's look at that number again, was due to strong software and service sales of the PS5. But remember, Sony's going in the wrong direction. That's what they told you. I did not say that because I'm a gamer and we game, right? Says Sony expects an even bigger year from the games and services division in the current financial year in terms of revenue, but less profit. Sony said it expects sales to increase by 9% due to an increase in hardware unit sales, but it also expects a decrease in sales of non-first-party titles, including add-on content. Says that will be expected. Tough comparisons with the 2020 video game lockdown boom and the delays of the games once due out in 2021 and 2022. So what they're projecting, what this means right here, is what they're projecting is games that were supposed to come out this year that would be added to the yearly financial will not be there this year. So they're expecting a lower number. So everybody needs to understand that going forward. Do not listen to these moist-ass fanboys, okay? Don't listen to them. Listen to me. I'm going to have to go President Trump here. Don't believe anything anybody say. Just believe, listen to me. The Messiah will always lead you down the right path. Okay? I am the Messiah. I mean, what more do you want from a man? I'm here cloaked in the blue robe of knowledge. Okay? I am drinking a beer while having lubrication on the screen for these ponies who lied their asses off to you and said, we're going in the wrong direction. Ah! Only to wake up this morning. Only to see Returnal doing really well. Only to see Ratchet and Clank looking like a movie. Only to see yet just more. Insomniac is on fire. So, says as for this year's financial, expect lower profits. Again, that is because their games that are supposed to come out this year ain't coming. You all ought to get ready for that. Don't be shocked if the games that you like, I'm talking about the big games, not going to mention them, you all know what I'm talking about, don't come. Okay? Says, but it expects an increase in revenues from first-party titles and an improvement in hardware profitability. So perhaps Sony will get the PS5 to a place where it won't sell at a loss. And again, that should be their goal. I got no problem with that goal at all. You don't want to sell at a loss, not for a long time. You can't sustain that. I don't care what you're doing. So, Jim Ryan and Herman Holtz launched a console. They were in charge of launching a console in unprecedented waters, and they still are outperforming the PS4, which we all know sold, what, about 115 million to 118 million, somewhere in that range. But yet they lied to you when they said, well, it's going in the wrong direction, and I have a right to complain. No, I mean, you do. You have a right to complain. You have a right to your own opinion, but not to your own facts. And the fact is that you were wrong. Now it's time for you to make your little video saying that, yeah, you jumped the gun, because that's what grown-ups do. They take accountability, and they move on. So, because everybody can see the numbers, and everybody knows who was online screaming and crying, okay, because it wasn't coming out of me. I'm like, hey, look, I'm just going to wait for the financials. Let's wait for our financials. So, again, it's just, guys, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know what else to say. So, I don't think, Paul G, shout out to Paul G, says he doesn't think no one ever argued that Jim Ryan was bad business. Think it was about where they were putting games. Well, where they're putting games is what's good for business. That's kind of, you contradict your own point there, your own statement. There's so many doubted Sony for a little while. Well, not the fans. We didn't doubt that. You need to say the fanboys doubted Sony for a little while. I mean, if it makes any difference, I already knew a lot of these numbers, but I just didn't say anything because, why would I when you got stupid people out there? Okay? What did Forrest Gump say? Stupid is what stupid does. All right? So all I can say to you is, yes, listen. I'm not going to say not to sub to those guys. I'm not going to say not to listen to those guys. But I would not listen to them. I mean, they're entertaining to listen to. But these people saying, you know, Sony's got to come out and say something. Sony's got to come out and show us something. Look, Microsoft gave away free stuff. Let's make this clear. Microsoft gave away free stuff. And Sony is still beating them. That's how bad it is, okay? That's how strong Sony's brand is, and that's how bad Microsoft's brand is. I'm not worried about Microsoft's games, okay? When I bought my first Xbox, Microsoft had exclusive games. They had games I could not play on PlayStation. That's why I bought an Xbox. Okay, so them getting exclusive games is not new. It may be new to you guys, but as somebody who's been playing on these consoles since, you know, whenever I could get my hands on one, that's not new. That's not new stuff. You know, it's just like they're trying to boast about 120 FPS games, but they ain't got nothing new. I mean, and then they try to say, well, the game looks better on Xbox Series X. Well, but it runs better on PlayStation, and you're up here talking about 120 FPS. So which one is it? Is it the resolution? Which, shout out to NX Gamer, finally came out and said, you know, resolution isn't quality. I mean, you could have something that's 1080p, okay? And if it's in ultra graphical settings, it's going to look better than something that's 4K at mid settings. It just will. Hopefully you having these consoles, you can see that, okay? Hopefully you having the consoles, you can see that. So, and that's one of the big things in gaming on a PC that's the first thing I recognized. It's like, whoa, the graphics, man, I can turn this up to high settings, and, you know, so what's that? Is there a big difference between that and medium settings? And you know, the answer is yes. Yes, it is. Capono 515 says great information. I just think the folks that need to hear this won't, though. Well, again, that's not my fault. That's not your fault. It's their fault. Okay? The reason why they don't hear the information is because they don't know where to go source their information, because they're in this emotional blue pill mindset. You know, and look, let's just keep this 100%. The ponies are reacting to Bethesda being bought and Bethesda keeping their new games off of PlayStation, because they didn't expect that. The ponies said, well, it would be better business for Microsoft to do that. Okay, fair enough, but that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. So they're reacting. You know, they're screaming. I mean, there was some dude on a podcast screaming after Microsoft bought Bethesda. They were like, Sony's got to do something. Sony has got to respond. No, they don't. How do you respond? You show the games. I say Returnal was a pretty good response to Bethesda being bought. I say Ratchet & Clank gameplay is a pretty good response to that studio being bought. And again, it doesn't bother me, because we told you last generation, the best place for you to be if you want to game out is to get a gaming PC and also to go ahead and have a PlayStation 5. Did we not tell you that? So if you're on this, if you got this mindset of, well, I'm only going to get one, that's fine, but then you are going to miss out on stuff. That's just the reality, which again, that's the way it used to be back in the day. You walked into the gaming store, and if you had a Nintendo, you couldn't play what was on the Sega. If you had a Sega, you couldn't play what was on the Nintendo. I mean, that's the way it used to be. What you've got is this entitlement of people saying, well, the game should be everywhere. Okay, but that's not because they'll buy more. No, they won't. We already can see that the Xbox community does not play its games. Like, they don't buy them. They just don't. I mean, that's just their choice, but I buy my games. I bought Returnal. I haven't played it yet. Why not? Well, I'm moving in a couple of weeks. That's why. So I'm open to start something. I'll just keep playing what I got. Now, you know I'm going to play Mass Effect, because I just Mass Effect. So I'm getting that. Yeah, that's next week. Speaking of that, the download, you can start downloading Mass Effect, I believe, on the 12th. So, and yeah, I'm going to go. The 14th for me is simple. Get up, go pay a bill, go get my keys, go stop at GameStop, pick up Mass Effect, come home, start playing Mass Effect. That's it. I'm off that weekend. I'm playing Mass Effect all damn day until that PlayStation 5 joystick, whatever you all want to call it, DualShock, DualSense, says, I can't take no more, plug me in. And then at that point, I'll be like, all right, I've been wore this thing out. So, but I'll be playing that because that goes, I can play that, I can probably stretch that to about 20 to 30 hours. So that's what I'm doing. I can't speak for nobody else. Resident Evil 8, that's going to have to wait. Okay? MLB The Show, that's going to wait. I'm getting that after I move. So, but yeah, the next new game I'm playing, Mass Effect. So, now, somebody wants to gift me something, I'm here. Shout out to anybody with a Amazon gift card that feels like being nice. Hey, Mother's Day is coming up. What are y'all getting your moms for Mother's Day? What are y'all doing that? And that's more important than buying these games, right? You only got one mother. So what did you get in her? So, Amanda says that, no, Paul G, I'm sorry, let me see here. I always read these. I always read the member stuff. Paul G says, you don't care about Sony or Microsoft's financial, you care about the games. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I mean, that's a good statement. I don't disagree with that. Okay. So, all right, so the fanboys were upset that Sony was putting game elsewhere, which is why they hate Jim Ryan. Okay, well, but Sean Layton said they were going to be more open with their platform. So, I mean, all Jim Ryan is doing is what Sony had planned to do anyway. I don't get it. Oh, I'm sorry, Amanda. Condolences. And Paul G said, if you want a Bethesda game, buy an Xbox. You can check your PSN and you don't play Bethesda game. No, that's fine. Hey, nobody. Hey, look, if you're gonna go be checking trophies and PSNs, dude, I trust you. That's grown man decision though. Hey, you don't play. You don't play the games. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So, shout out to Porter Rock, had a guest on last week on his podcast. He didn't play EA games. He didn't complain about it though. He just didn't play. He just didn't play them. So, which I don't blame him. You don't want to play them. You don't play them. You don't sit around and podcast and boo-hoo about it. You make a grown man decision and you say, yeah, I'm not spending my money on that game. I was like, well, what if it's free? Oh, well, I don't care. All right, hey, fair enough. That's what you all need more of. We need more men like that and less men sitting around crying. Grown men crying. How do you all listen to it in the first place? I can't, but shout out to all of you all that are listening to it. How do you do it? I envy you. I envy your ears, so... So, Compers Smoke says he'll play Bethesda games where I always have on PC. Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm going to do. I can't speak for nobody else, That's what I'm doing. Shout out to Lincoln Clay. You also had people saying that Sony wasn't taking any chances. And as Lincoln Clay said this morning on Twitter, the fact that they're doing VR is a chance. That's a huge risk. I'm telling you guys, for the love of everything American, I'm talking about pizza, cake, and ice cream. Don't listen to these people. They're just stupid. Okay, they're sitting up here, they lied about Sony going in the wrong direction. How are you going in the wrong direction when you're breaking your own record? Okay, I want you to really ask yourself that. How is that possible? Okay, that's like a football coach taking over a program. All right, that's like an Alabama fan saying, well, the Alabama Crimson Tide are going in the wrong direction. It's like, man, they've won 100 national championships? What are you talking about? Well, it's just my opinion. Again, you're entitled to your opinion, not your own facts. Okay? So Returnal from a small indie developer is taking a chance. Yeah, Paul, I know. But hey, they're going in the wrong direction, Paul. That's what I got told. And I was told that I had the right to complain about it. Okay? I have the right to complain about it. Yeah, right. You entitled bitch. You're just a crybaby. That's what you are. So, but again, they're going in the wrong direction. But according to the numbers, hey, what do you all think of those numbers? This is about the numbers. Okay? Sony breaks its own record. They're going in the wrong direction. You know, Sony's not taking chances. They have VR. Sony just invested millions of dollars in Jade Raymond's new studio. Okay? Well, Sony's not doing a sequel to Days Gone. Well, guess what? That is fine to say, man, as a gamer, I like Days Gone, but it sucks that they're not going to do a backup or a sequel, at least not yet. It makes sense to say that. But that's where it ends. As soon as you start saying they need to do it, that's when your entitlement comes out. And I don't know, again, you all are the most entitled, whiny people on planet Earth. Like, this entitled. And it's like, they're not doing a sequel to Days Gone. Get the hell over it. They're doing another AAA game. Okay? And again, I said this before, Jade Raymond getting a studio, her getting her own studio backed by Sony, she, in essence, is working for Sony for the next umpteen years. Whether that's 3 years, 5 years, however long it takes her to get her game out. Okay? That's a big get because she has a track record. That's to be celebrated. And the gamers celebrated. Let me make that clear. Us gamers, we celebrated. We were excited for it. Okay? The fanboys, the ponies were like, well, that's not helping us now. That's the entitlement. So, apple pie, I'm sorry. Yeah, don't listen to these guys. Okay? I mean, you know what? You know what? That's my opinion. That is my opinion. I don't listen to it. I don't know how you all do it. Shout out to everybody that listens to those guys. I can't do it. Okay? I mean, you know, we go from, you know, the $70 games, I'm kind of like, it's okay to say you don't want the games to go up, but everything's going up. So why you feel that gaming is not going to go up, I don't know where that's coming from. But for some reason, you got it in your head that gas was going to go up, manufacturing costs are going to go up, and the game shouldn't go up. That's just not true. According to inflation, games should cost about $81 to buy. So you're still under the inflated market. Okay? So, and again, I know you guys have bought special editions of games. You've bought DLC. How many of you all played Spider-Man in 2018 and you bought the DLC? Okay? That was, so your game, instead of paying $59.99, you paid, what, $69.99 for it? It's okay. My point is that you've always paid more for what you want. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. Shout out to my man, J-Dub City. I mean, he goes out there, buys it day one. Okay, J-Dub is taking the risk of something not working correctly. It's part of being a day one consumer. Okay? And he's taking the risk. It's his money, right? And we all take that risk. Okay, so, but that's part of it. You all just brought up Dogecoin. Okay, I took a risk and put $20 on it. Now it's worth, $500. Okay, I took the risk of losing $20. Okay, so it's all about that. You weigh your risk versus your reward. Gaming is my hobby. It's not a full-time job. That's why I specifically said I wouldn't play online unless I'm getting paid for it. Okay, you're not going to see me online. If the members say, Craig, let's play the Division Part 2 online, I will play the Division Part 2 online because you're members. Of course I'm going to do that. No problem. But I'm not going to be competitive at it. I'm just going to run around all right, well, you want me to do this? You want me to do that? But I will play. But now, let me make this clear. That game that Lincoln Clay was playing, what is it called, Lincoln? You had it in VR, the shooter game. You were like a SWAT team clearing stuff out. That's a competitive game. Lincoln Clay could, in theory, put a VR team together and go compete and get some money. Okay? I've always said that if you're going to play online, get your money. Okay? Get your money. P-Rock, let me make you a mod. Or I can't make you a mod from this screen. This screen won't let me. So, Let's see here. Up there you are, P-Rock. Shout out to P-Rock being in the chat. Y'all need to hit the like button or I'm going to start singing. I'll start singing Fleetwood Mac. You know that. You know. Being a patient gamer pays off from time to time. Yeah, if you don't want to pay full price for it, like that Austin Isaac guy said about the Xbox. Somebody emailed him, why should I buy an Xbox if they got no games on it? He says, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and wait for it. And if you can get it in a secondary market, maybe for $350 or something like that. He's right. He's right about it. You know, I just don't know what else to say. It's not like you don't have choices. You know, you act like somebody's holding a gun to your damn head. So, Lincoln Clay is the... Nah, shout out to Lincoln Clay. That's my man, 50 grand right there. So, that's my man, 50 grand. He's the ageless wonder. My point is that the fact that he's playing a game in VR is the risk. So it's a lie. When they say to you Sony's averse to taking risks, that's a lie. They're lying to you, okay? The fact that they are taking another risk with Sony Ben, even though Sony Ben's game, Days Gone, didn't do the number that Sony wanted, it underperformed. Doesn't mean it flopped. It means it underperformed, okay? It just simply means that, you know, they're still taking a risk. They can literally pull back and say, yeah, I ain't, you know, we ain't giving you the money to go make another AAA game because you couldn't make a good one last time. That's taking a risk. So the latest post about Discord from Jim Ryan makes me think he does care how the public thinks about him. You could be wrong though. Well, again, if you're a CEO, you stepped on a lot of people to get there. I don't know if he cares. He's got to make the right business decisions for Sony, not now, but I'm talking about 10 years down the road. You know, that's why they're CEOs. They need to be able to see what's happening, not just right now, but what's going to happen 3 to 5 years down the road. The real great CEOs, 10 years down the road. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, great CEOs could see what was happening 10 years from now. Oh, man. Elon Musk said years ago he wanted to put people on the moon. He said that years ago. I want to put people back on the moon. Now he's got a $1 billion contract from NASA, which is the government, to go do just that. And he outbid, Jeff Bezos, who's one of the richest men, if not the richest man in the world. You see what I'm saying? So, just it is what it is. So, Lincoln, what is the name of that VR game that you're playing? Rainbow Six. Is it a Rainbow Six game? My point is that Lincoln can play that game. It's like, shout out to J-Dub again. J-Dub plays Gran Turismo. J-Dub wants to try to qualify for FIA. That's money. That is money at FIA. If you watch those tournaments, that race gets called by 2 different people, and they do it like a real race. There's money. So don't be coming to me talking about gaming online when you're not making any money off of it. It's just you're a casual gamer that likes to play online. But we're all casuals until somebody cuts me a check. Okay? People are like, well, you play a DCS flight sim game online. Yeah, because I'm trying to qualify to get into a unit. That unit goes around the world and plays tournaments around the world. So, of course, I want to try to make money. You know? Think I made this investment in this gaming PC just to not try to make money off of it? Are you out of your effing minds? You know, so it is what it is. Anybody got any questions, comments, or anything? Any disagreements? Anything? So, yeah, go ahead and put your disagreement out there. I mean, come on with it. So don't be scared. You know, put your disagreement out there. You can't debate the numbers, people. So all you people in the chat who said Sony was going in the wrong direction, what do we got to say about that? Okay? How about you say, you know what, you made a mistake? Okay? Because the numbers don't lie. You can have your opinion, You can have your little bitty dog shit opinion, but you don't have a right to your own facts. The facts are the facts. So Sony is not going in the wrong direction. Sony is making an investment in things that are, that are risque. They are. Sony has brand new studios. Jade Raymond Studio coming out with a brand new game. You got a AAA game this in June. I'm sorry, you got a AAA game in April, Returnal. You got another AAA game coming out in June, Ratchet and Clank. And in between there, you got Mass Effect and Resident Evil 8. All right? So, I mean, you're doing, and the last time I looked, Sony has marketing to Resident Evil 8. Now, that's the last time I checked. I could be wrong. So, Resident Evil 8 is shaping up to be a really good game. I mean, I don't know if it'll be a good game, but it's shaping up to be something special, I think. Have to wait and see how it goes. Ghostface says, to be fair, Xbox broke their financial... I'm not... Again, you're right, but nobody in the Xbox community was saying that they were going in the wrong direction. You're right, they did. Okay, I'm not disputing that. I am disputing what these ponies told you all when they lied their asses off to you. Okay, this is the difference again between the fanboys and the gamers. Okay, that's the difference. There's no emotional reaction when it comes to money. Business is business. What did Nino Brown say? My brother, it's never personal and it's always business. What made the millennials so moist? That's a good question, True Virgil. Actually, the millennials are moist because they were given everything and they had to work for nothing. And when you give somebody everything, they become entitled. So when you listen to millennials, they sound entitled. It's like part of their DNA. They're entitled. They're just entitled. Okay, that's why they're upset over Days Gone. Okay, they feel entitled. Sony shouldn't make this decision. The decision is what I want it to be. That's what millennials sound like. They're entitled. So, you're okay, Lincoln. I couldn't remember the name of that game that you were playing. It's the Rainbow Six, I believe. But my point is, I thought you played Rainbow Six as well. Or maybe it was your son that was playing. My bad. Lincoln's son plays VR too. So my point is that there are games out there that if you're going to play online, I'm saying that you're casual until you get paid for it. I'm going to link up and join a squadron and in DCS, and we're going to make some money. But it's going to take me time to get there because, man, I've seen them dogfight. I had to get a VR set and everything. So I have to make another investment. I got to get a better HOTUS. I got to get a Warthog. That's my investment's going to cost over $600, but I plan on qualifying for tournaments and getting my money back. Gen Z is worse. Actually, the Zillennials are no, they're not yet. It's a little too early to say they're worse, but the Zillennials don't like millennials either. Like they don't. Nobody likes millennials. So, but Gen Z, the ones that I've talked to, they don't care for what millennials have done. So, but I would not say they're worse. I don't think Gen Z feels entitled. Gen Z seems very, they seem more economically aware. They also seem very environmentally aware. They do. I mean, my niece is a millennial. I'm sorry, she's a Z-lennial. And she will say, make sure you recycle and all that kind of stuff. So they're actually not, and they're not race loyal. Like you'll have Generation Z women, girls out there, like you'll have like thirsting for non-white guys. Like they don't hide it. Okay, they're just kind of, they don't care. Like I said, that's just what I've seen. So they're pretty in your face with it too. Jim Ryan is not. Well, I don't think he is. I think everybody needs at least a financial year to see what they're doing. Now, let me make this clear. had these numbers come out and Sony was underperforming, I'd be like, yeah, maybe Jim and Herman are not the right combination, but obviously they are. They launched a console in a global pandemic, and they're outperforming their own console that came out and is a very popular console, the PS4. The PS4 is still very popular, and they're outperforming it in a pandemic. Okay, so I say you're the right guy for the job. Okay. Another baby boom. I see more divorces. I don't know if you saw that, Capono. Did you see that? There have been more people filed for divorce ever since COVID because people had to stay home and they realized they didn't like their spouse. They can't stand their spouses, so it's like, I gotta live with this woman, I gotta live with this guy, but see, yeah, it's the Sunset Overdrive Apocalypse coming to PS5. Alright, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But you know what? But according to them, Jim Ryan is the wrong man for the job. So, you know, how dare Sony put out a possible brand new game when these fanboys, these ponies are telling you Jim Ryan's the wrong guy for the job? See what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. So, you know, yeah, Bill Gates got a divorce. Now, Bill Gates is my generation, so, but he was married for, what, 27 years? So it happens. It happens. As long as they keep their foundation going, Bill and Melinda, yeah. Yeah. And Bill Gates ain't going to want for nothing. So, but yeah, you know, the Sunset Overdrive, yeah, I read that one. So, you didn't know that divorces went up? Yeah, that's a true story. More were filed. We'll have to wait and see if they go through, because you can always file and then say, oh, well, we're going to work through it. So, have to wait and see. We won't know that for about 3 years. About 3 more years. So, well, shout out to Anthony Davis. Looks like he came back strong last night. So, but guys, man, that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, nobody's going to disagree. So, or if you do disagree, leave a comment in the comment section. That's fine. It's okay to disagree. Let me make that clear. But you better have an answer for these numbers. All right, because numbers don't lie. And I don't give a rat's ass about your opinion. So, but if you're going to disagree, that's fine. But my question to you is simple. If they're the wrong people for the job, why in the world is their console? Why are they making record profits? Okay? That's like saying that SEAL Team 6 going in and killing Osama bin Laden, they ain't the right men for the job. Okay? Well, they weren't the right men for the job. They should have sent the 82nd Airborne. Why? Why? You know? But all right, guys, that's about it. Let me give a big shout out to Big Cloud. I left a link in the description. He interviewed a HouseMart dev. Go check that out. It was a very good interview. Certainly hope you all enjoy it. Shout out to Big Cloud. Shout out to Sony for trademarking Sunset Overdrive. It may come to PlayStation. I don't know. I would have to wait and see. Shout out to the people that I use is. You know, shout out to the people I use for sources. Big shout out to 60 Frames No Lag. I'm off today, so we'll see what Porter Rock has cooking in that kitchen tonight. And I will be very tame on Porter Rock's podcast. Shout out to Optimus Code. He's right. Porter Rock's got he's got an affinity in these YouTube gaming streets, and for being the kind of a truth guy that's bringing the truth all the time. So yeah, shout out to him, always having me on. Porter Rock can come on my podcast though. Don't be scared, Porter Rock. The YouTube gaming streets. I have to get him on here for you guys. So Beecher said I am underemployed, but I'm still not caping for free games or rental services. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with free stuff. Okay, but it's a bad look when it's a bad look when you're talking about your wallet like that, So, constantly. Okay, but I understand looking for deals. I'm not going to pay. I think that Sony 900H TV. Right now, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it until I may not ever buy it. I may just buy another monitor and hook my PlayStation up because I like this monitor that I got. It's curved, it's 1440p, it's got VRR, it's got HDR, it's got all these R's, but I can play at 60 hertz, I can play at 120 hertz, I can play at which is not FPS, I can play at 144 hertz, I can play at 165 hertz. If I want to. Okay, so gaming has always been a very expensive hobby. Yeah, I know. But again, the entitlement of the game shouldn't be going up. That's the entitlement, okay? Why shouldn't games go up if everything else goes up, okay? Look, back in the day, guys, you used to be able to buy a Big Mac meal at McDonald's for $2.99. That was a Big Mac, fries, and a drink. Now that same thing costs what, like $8, $9? That's called inflation. That's just the way it works. That's the way our economy works. So you got to pay the cost to be the boss, and that's people got to get over it. Just if you don't want to pay for it, don't buy it. I get it. As far as Returnal crashing, what's my opinion on that? Games crash. Now people are saying, "Well, I paid $70. You shouldn't be acting like this, please." I was a Bengals season ticket holder. The Bengals won one game that year. I was a season ticket holder. I didn't deserve that either, but guess what? That's what happened. They won 1-15. So, I'm entitled. The season ticket entitles me to go into the stadium, and it entitled me to get like one free drink or something like that. And I had a pretty decent seat. That's it. It doesn't entitle me to wins. So, and like I said, if you don't like $70 games, don't buy them. That's it. It's not hard. You see what I just said? Hey, I wouldn't buy it. I buy my games, but that's it. But guys, that's it. I appreciate you all coming through, and hopefully you had a good time. I know cheats got busted because these guys lied their faces off to you, and but you all got to start holding them accountable. Okay, you've got to start holding them accountable. So, I'll hold them accountable. I'll hold their feet to the fire. So, and you all have a good rest of your day. I am off this week. I'm on a mini vacation. I ain't doing nothing today. I'm going to start cleaning tomorrow. And you all have a good one and play your games. Shout out to Foxy Games UK. Play your games. Don't play the corporations. You all stay blessed. Take it easy. And I will talk to you later.